up, y'all? Hey, listen, man, we doing another remote podcast of the Ola and Is podcast, man. I got my
What's
man
good? What's
Ola.
good?
What's up, baby?
What's good? What's good? Is
Let's go. High fives to the air, baby. Let's
for
go.
sure,
Let's
for
go.
sure.
Let's go. Yeah, we definitely gonna be in person. You know, my man. We were just talking about my man. Camera's looking crispy. I got to get
Yeah,
mine
man.
together, y'all. Don't judge us. Don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? I got like my office work stuff behind me, so we doing what we do.
All to
But
the good,
we here for y'all, man. How you doing, Ola?
man. Doing great, man. This weather sucks, but hey, man, making the best of it. Making the best of it. We got some very anticipated rain, so that's definitely helping out.
Yeah.
But I don't like the gloomy stuff. I like it when the sun is shining, man. To give me them good vibes. But we pushing through. We pushing
Nah,
through.
for sure. Before we start, I want to say this because I think a lot of our followers and listeners, the people that do watch, which I really tell y'all, I truly appreciate y'all support and love.
For
We're
sure.
not professionals at this. This is something we started and was like, yo, let's do it. Let's have a voice to talk about stuff. Some of y'all, think about it, right? Internet and social media is for people they follow it and they're trying to find out the people that agree or disagree with their thoughts and certain things, right? And we just create our own realm, right? We talk about things. Sometimes it may not be precise. Maybe it's not fully thought out on what we express, but we kind of just express things on how we think because we're not, we're just sharing what we feel in our perspective,
It's true to form, man. It's it's right off the top. It's not, we don't sit down and script it out. We just go right off the top, and sometimes it comes out pretty raw, and that's what the people get.
And we're not editing this stuff. So we're giving y'all blood raw conversation without
True
trying to be
indeed.
perfect, man. So, because guess
Absolutely.
what? Y'all are not perfect. We're not perfect. And we ain't trying to perceive perfection. You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to be
Absolutely.
the best version of ourselves. So,
True indeed.
Ola, so what we decided to do,
Hey, but
and
hold
go
on.
ahead, go ahead, Ola, share what we about to do, man. Share what we
As
about to do.
as always, make sure that y'all like this. Make sure that y'all comment below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure you hit that notification bell that keeps you updated on all the latest. Make sure that you tuned in and let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, man. You want to start off?
Hey man, I started off. So tonight
Go.
we are talking about masculinity and the challenges and obstacles that are faced in being a man and what it means to be a man in our society and
Mhm.
trying to traverse all of the obstacles through that. So
Yeah, and
um
so we're gonna really just pose some questions to each other.
for
We're
sure.
gonna we're gonna feed off each other, man. So you want to start? You want to start the questions, or you want to start the question?
You can start the questions. How about you go?
You know
I
what?
like I like I like your
That mean
question.
you know what it is. That means that he ain't got a question ready.
I,
So
I got a question. I got a
well, go
question.
ahead, go ahead. You start off there, bro.
All
You
right.
start off.
So we're gonna start it off with what are the biggest obstacles that you face in I guess relationships in being a man? Like what's the biggest obstacle that you think that you face?
Hmm. It's actually a good question because that's
Thank you.
something that I've had a conversation multiple times with myself. So your question is, being a man in a relationship, what is the biggest struggle that I face?
True.
Man, that's one is I have my routine as a man.
Okay.
I have my methodical ways of doing things. Like I have my approaches. I don't think about those around me. All I think about like solving solutions, right? Like this needs to be done. I got to do this. I got to do that.
Break fix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like that. I'm a problem solver.
True.
I was talking today, and we were talking, and the conversation was, I make decisions without thinking about other slow factors, right? So recently, I just bought a dog, right?
Okay.
So I bought a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Never. Well, actually, didn't buy a dog. I was gifted a dog,
Nice.
and
Nice.
yeah, no,
Congratulations.
blessing, man. Oh man, I never had a dog. Never had a dog or animal other than like a turtle or fish. And I
Word.
think somebody told me that's not an animal. I was like, all right. I thought those were animals.
With the fish or the turtle? Which
The
one?
fish and the turtle. They told me that's not an
Really?
animal, but a dog's an animal. So I was like,
I,
okay,
I
all right.
give I give
So
it to the turtle at
yeah,
least. I mean, yeah,
those are animals. But
yeah.
what I thought. So I didn't. I thought the shot. He already had a shots, right? So he's
Okay.
9 months old. He's about to be 10 months old, and I thought he had a shots. So I didn't even
Hmm.
ask. And they were like, they were like, man, you always making decisions without thinking about these things, you know. Da, 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 da. And then I was like, then I had a conversation,
Yeah,
and it was a beautiful conversation because I was like, see, the thing is, I'm a decision maker. I make
true.
decisions.
Yeah,
As a man, I make decisions. I don't gotta always think about the little small details. That's what
true.
they're there for.
Yeah.
That's what she's there for. That's whoever's in your life. That's what they're there for, to help you dissect the small things while you
Mhm.
make the decisions to make create opportunities for you and your family, right?
Absolutely,
So when
absolutely.
I got the dog, I knew it was a good thing for everyone around me, right? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? For the
What
for
kind
the
of dog is it, by the way?
huh?
What kind of dog is it, by the way?
So it's a blue mirror. It's a blue mirror.
Okay,
It's a
I'm
pit.
not familiar. I'm not
Yeah,
familiar.
yeah. Most people ain't because it's a rare breed. It's not a rare breed. It's a unique breed, right?
Okay.
And you don't see many of those around here. You see like the blue nose and the red nose and all those things like that, right? But you see, and phenomenal breed. But as I
Mm.
was telling her, I was like, look, it's your job to look at the small details for my life.
Yeah.
It's not. It's my job to think about it. Think about it, Ola. In your life, how many times do you come up with a situation you overanalyze a situation before making the decision? You ever find yourself in that
Almost, almost all the time. Almost
Okay.
all the time.
So me, I do that, but I'm the type of person I make a decision and then I deal with the consequences or the positivity after, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and and so here it is. That to answer your question, what I find is my person as a person, I'm a alpha male. I'm like, yo,
Okay.
go, 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 figure it out, figure it out, figure it out. But then I gotta embrace you, support you, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I got to think about how you feel, what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, being sympathetic to you,
Right.
but taking the time to stop for a second and realize that I don't always have to just be go.
Okay. Okay.
So
Nah,
because
that's
I've never
yeah.
been the person who has done that, what I've had to learn is I've had to learn how to balance both of those situations. Does that make
Absolutely.
sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So
And
you've
I think most
identified
as
the
men,
issue. Yeah.
depending on this, like being in tune, right? Is being in tune.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And I think with most men, with what women don't understand is that most men we're not thinking about necessarily how you feel. We're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about your needs, what you need, what's going to make your life better,
Yeah.
right? But not always considering your emotions, right? Not always
Absolutely.
considering your emotions, right? Um, and it's realizing that to be happy with somebody, sometimes as a man, you have to stop being a man, not necessarily stop being a man, but you have
Mm-hmm.
to stop always thinking about solving problems because, well, hold on, because I just got an epiphany. A thought, because that is solving problems, right? Like with the emotions of a woman, right, or your significant other.
But I
Is
see where you were going because it's like not only looking at it as a break fix type of scenario, but also
yeah,
take into account that there's a little bit of gray area in doing so, right?
yeah,
If
yeah,
you're talking about, killing a bug on the table, you might be like, okay, the bug needs to die, slap it with a hammer.
yeah,
Someone else may be kind of sensitive to it, and you might have to scoop it up, throw it outside or something like that, or do something a little bit different as a bit of that whole gray area, considering
well,
someone
think
else's
about this.
feelings.
Think about pose this, and I ain't gonna beat it up too much, but think about it like this. So let's say you wake up in the morning, right? You got to go to work.
Hmm. Yeah.
You go to work. You go handle your business. You get off work. You come home. You say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" You see the
Hmm.
kids. You're like, "Okay, I gotta go get this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this." By the time you look up, it's 10 o'clock at night. But
Yep.
in that time, if you're in a relationship, did you take time to consider her, focus on her, have a conversation with her,
Yeah.
or if you were just moving, did you take time to text her, call her, and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Right.
Not saying you have to, but in most cases, if you want that relationship to work, you have to consider the needs of that, right? And if you're not always been a person who is always focused on the needs of your significant other,
Hmm.
it's a battle sometimes, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a
It's
challenge.
a battle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I feel like that's what it is for me for all these years. I didn't consider my significant other on all their needs. And I felt
Okay.
like, look, I'm taking care of business. I'm handling my stuff. I'm doing this. Like, figure your stuff out while I'm
Right,
handling
right.
my business.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Okay.
hear you. I hear you.
But then, where did those relationships end? They never ended. They didn't end. They
They,
just,
yeah.
well, they ended, but
They ended. They just didn't end well. Yeah.
they just didn't end. I would say, well,
Hmm.
it just didn't end for us to be together. You know what I'm saying?
True, true,
So,
true.
there's a reason why I wasn't sympathetic to their needs.
For sure. All right,
Yeah.
what you got for me?
Okay, man. As a man, what do you feel like is the biggest struggle you face? It's kind of similar to what you asked me. So
Okay.
I'm going to tie into this, but it's a little different. What do you
Okay.
feel like is the biggest struggle you face as a man when you have kids, when you have a significant other, and you don't feel like you're being appreciated?
Mm. So I would say, when it comes to boys who then grow to men, right? Oftentimes we move through society a little bit different, a little bit rougher, a little bit more brash. And so one of my biggest struggles is being able to kind of smooth that process out a little bit, right? For me, it's like I see the things that need to get done, and similar to what you said, like I see the things that need to get done. I'm like, boom, 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 pay this, pay that, take care of this, take care of that, keep it moving, go to sleep, go do it the next day, right?
Yeah.
And the biggest struggle for me is being able to again tap into something outside of that almost mundane process of A/B and look at it as like A 2.5 or A 0.5, right? Because there's a little bit of gray in between, and that's probably my biggest struggle. And not only as a father, also in the workplace, amongst like other people, because growing up, I think, is different from how it is now. Now, everything is uber sensitive, right? Like you can't say certain things. So you might feel something, and you might want to just say what's on your chest, and those repercussions might get you in, someone feeling very offended or,
Yeah.
and not saying that you have to cater to everyone's uber sensitivities, but because it's so rampant in our society, like you do have to consider that now. So I think that is definitely one of the struggles is moving amongst the high sensitivities of everybody else and also keeping your core tight, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to lose yourself as a man and start, being all super sensitive as well, so you got to have that balance is tough. Yeah.
True. I appreciate that, man. What you got?
Um, all right. So, as a father, how do you balance being a father and understanding that you just want to implement structure and also implementing sensitivities and emotions to your children?
So you mean structure, more discipline?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, how do you think that you apply that? Like, yeah, what is, I guess, your method of applying that when it comes to applying that structure, but also having the finesse to it as well? Like, how do you think you go about doing that?
I think you should use discipline, not structure,
Okay,
because
I
structure.
like I like I like structure.
I can see that. When I think of structure, though, I think of like building a house, right? So it's
Okay,
like, four walls. It's when I think of structure, I think of it's like this is how it's built. Like
okay,
there's no
mm,
deviation.
okay. I
There's
see what you mean.
there's
Yeah,
no room for
there's no
change,
room for
right?
change.
Like to
I got
build
you.
this house, we got to structurally build it this way,
Just this way. Yeah.
and I think it's plain. And I don't
Okay.
want to take away from like structure. I think you just like the word. Can you
Yeah.
spell structure? Can you spell structure? Spell it.
Structure.
All right. Okay. Make sure you did.
Come on now, don't test me now.
I like it because you like structure. I like the word.
But I mean, but that's a great point that you make because with structure, I mean, in fact, that's an excellent point because with structure, and oftentimes, now that you mentioned it, the response I get to having a structure mindset is you're too rigid, right? It's like you don't have much variance. And at the same time, I believe in discipline, but I also look at things in a structure mindset. But I mean, hey, that's a growth moment right there. You know what I'm
But
saying?
check it out. Think about it. Structure works for you because it helps you survive in this world that we live in as a
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
because you're a man. So it helps you to sustain and operate in this world. So
true.
structure is good for you, but you think about it when you got a child who's 5, 6, 7, 8, they
Yeah,
have no idea what structure is because they're not built for structure. They
yeah,
learn structure as they grow. But bro, like when you're 5, you learn a structural system. But it's I say discipline because
yeah.
discipline doesn't mean it's like I'm always discipline means when you stray beyond a certain realm, I gotta
Okay,
bring you back. I gotta
true.
discipline you. I gotta pat you on your back. I gotta pat that booty if you're a little, my kids like pop pop,
Yeah,
or I gotta have a conversation with you to bring you back to reality, right? So there's room to grow, right? In
yeah.
discipline, right? But maybe even discipline is not even the right word. Maybe we need to look at other words, but structure. But I would say structure. I think what you're doing is you're trying to put everybody into a box who may have not understood structure until they met you.
Okay,
So from this your lady in your life or whoever, maybe they never had no structure until they met you, right?
okay.
And then let's say your kids, they don't know structure because they're learning based on you. So really can't say, I mean, you can, let me say this, you can say whatever you want. I'm just saying that structure is more of a individual, I think individual viewpoint on life.
Mm-hmm.
I have a more structured perspective on life or more structured situation. But to answer your question, I ain't want to focus on that too much. I think for me, discipline with my child, right? So with my baby girl, she's only 5 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned with her is this: I implement multiple things, but one is conversation, right?
Okay.
I conversate where sometimes she wants to listen. Hey, Daddy, can you put the music on? She loves music, right? She loves
Mm-hmm.
dancing, and
Okay.
she's 5 and a half. She loves all the energetic stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes I tell her, I said, no, baby, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk. We're gonna drive and talk. That's what we're gonna do. Daddy, I don't want
Nice.
to talk. I want to drive. I said, okay, cool. Then we'll be silent. Can we talk now? And then
Yeah.
this is what I'll do. I'll start singing. I'll start singing a
Come
song.
on.
Hey, Daddy, I want to listen to a song. I said, babe, I'm singing the best song. I'm singing a song. And what it's implementing is fun, bro. The thing is,
True.
we as people sometimes are so focused on distractions, on negativity, and
Yep.
the things that are not going well in life that sometimes we forget to have fun.
Yeah.
And my 5 year old, 5 and a half year old, let her tell it, 5 and a half. My five
Yeah.
and a half year old, she doesn't need to be serious at all.
Yeah.
She needs to have times of seriousness, but she doesn't need to be serious. She needs to be a 5 and a half year old kid who enjoys life but understands discipline, right? So I'm going to this point. So one thing that I stress to her, well, a couple things. I'm gonna give you
Mhm.
my points that I give her. Maybe it'll help
Okay.
somebody. I say, what is Daddy put on this earth to do? I ask her all the time, what is Daddy put on this earth to do? She'll be like, to protect me.
Okay.
I say, why am I here to protect you? She's like, so nobody harms me or does anything wrong to me. I say, okay. Then I tell her, I say, well, if I tell you something you don't like and you get mad, is Daddy wrong? She'd be like, no, right?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And these are things I've implemented for her 5 years, well, 3 years, but since she was able to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
I tell her another thing. I say, look, if you tell me the truth, Daddy will never get mad. And
Mm-hmm.
I reaffirm her
Yeah.
that because what it would be it would be contradictory if she tells me the truth and I get mad at her. She would
Absolutely.
never feel comfortable telling me the truth,
Absolutely.
right? So now is it now? What if she tells me something I don't like? I won't get mad at her. I will put the wrath of God on whoever or
Yeah.
whatever the situation is, but I
True.
will never get mad at her. And then
Yeah.
I ask her, if you don't tell me the truth, what will happen? She's like, Daddy, you will get mad. And I tell
True.
her, I will discipline you
Yeah.
because I need you to know that you can always come to me about everything. And I reaffirm her because I want her to know that she can tell me the truth. And,
Okay.
and guess what? I've never gotten mad at her about what she's told me. You know
Good
what I'm
stuff.
saying?
No, I agree. I agree.
So how? So hopefully I've answered the question. I'm just here to leave
Absolutely.
it with the people that are viewing, and hopefully, man, y'all understand the value because sometimes what we do is we focus so much on ourselves and what we're going through that we react to our children
Hmm.
based on how we feel in a
Man,
frustrating
what?
situation or
Yeah.
a positive situation.
Yeah.
We shouldn't always react to our children based on positivity. And even though, because the kid, you got to realize, kids are going to irritate you. They're going to frustrate you. And
Yeah.
guess what? Guess what? Guess why? Why do you think?
You asking me? So it's funny that you're asking me because that's part of my second question, but um, I'll formulate the question later.
Yeah,
But
that's right. But answer the question though.
I believe that we do because personally, I kind of see myself in at times in that position as a child and being like, I get annoyed. I get annoyed as if I'm childlike, and I'm supposed to be the adult. I'm supposed to be the one that has learned from experience and isn't going to get triggered by a child doing something. But there's a bit of expectancy that this child just knows everything, right? And they don't. They're a
No.
child.
Think about it, bro. You was a child and you did the same thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
So how can you yourself get irritated or frustrated with yourself?
With yourself. Yeah.
Because think
Yeah.
about it, your child is a reflection of you, even though they may not be you 100% or
Yeah.
everything of you. Think about what they are, bro. They are a percentage of who you are. So
Absolutely.
why yourself would get mad at a percentage of yourself
Yeah.
instead of getting mad at yourself 100%? Think about
Yeah.
it. You should go. You're better off going to the mirror, looking in the mirror, and saying, getting frustrated with yourself,
Right. Just yelling at yourself. Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Right, but you never do it. You
Right.
never ever get. You might get frustrated with yourself sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
brief, right?
Yeah. Very
But
brief.
you look at this person who's 30, at least 30% of you,
Yeah.
and you will put the wrath of God on them because you're
Because
too
they know better.
unwilling to put the wrath of God on yourself and change you. See,
Right.
ooh,
That's
ooh.
big.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm
Big.
going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. Instead of you spending all your energy getting upset with your kids, you won't take that same energy and put it into yourself and change you and
Right.
how you respond to your life,
Yeah.
your things, your children, and the people
Yep.
around you. Just tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying? I want her to know because you know the problem that I realized when I was a kid, right? I used to always hear this is they would always say, I'd be like, why can't I? Because we said so.
Mm.
And then I'd be like, what? Oh, now I gotta find out.
Yeah.
And then I get locked up or
Yeah.
I get whatever. And then I'm like, oh, damn, I shouldn't have did that. But I
Yeah.
never thought it's because they said I didn't need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because I said so. I didn't think about none of that. I
Yeah.
just did it. It was like them transporting, right? And so what I do with my daughter is I encourage her to know that, look, just tell me the truth. I will never get mad.
True.
Because if you get mad at her, right? What's the good in that? So check it out. Going back to what, kind of reflect, I'm gonna get this and then I'm gonna ask you a question because I want to hear what you guys say. It's
Yeah.
like yourself. Why would you be impatient or get irritated with your kids who are at least 30 to 40% of your DNA, right?
Yeah.
Maybe less. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. But gotta
A
leave them.
good deal of you. Yeah. A
Right,
good
yeah.
deal of you.
Huh?
I said a good portion of you
Of
is in
course
your
you.
children.
You'll
Yeah.
get mad at them and they'll say, go sit your butt down. Go do
Hmm.
this and that. But you yourself won't look at yourself and go sit your ass down. Go
Right.
do this. Go do it. But you'll never talk to yourself like that. But you'll talk to a percentage of yourself instead of looking at yourself and saying those same things, excuse me, and saying those same things to yourself so that you can improve to be better for her, him, and everyone else around you.
True. True. Nah, I agree, man. Great points, man. Definitely great points. What you got for me? You didn't like that.
That was your answer? You were just telling me, hold up, viewers. This man just told me, I reflected back. And I need
You
you
didn't
to
like
know,
that?
I need you to make sure you put this on because I want people to know we keep it real. Listen, check it out. He just told me he couldn't remember the response that he had. So he told me to reflect. So I literally reflected back so he could give me a question. And he
I was
says,
like,
good point, y'all. What's your question? You sound like Joe Biden or motherfucker.
oh no, don't put Joe Biden on me,
Like
man.
Joe Biden of
I'm awake right
Christ.
now. Okay, I'm awake. I'm up.
Like, like you with the, are you with me, bro? All right. Nah, we was just all up, man. Look, do
Oh
not touch
man.
this. Do not touch this O-line. If I see a cut, I'm put a
Oh
comment
man.
who O-line is. Hey, listen, I got a question for you, man.
Shoot.
What do you feel like is the biggest struggle that you face day to day within yourself that people just don't, they may never understand, but
Mm.
you find yourself trying to, you've had two parents in your life. Like I know Ola, his most of his life, you've
Yeah.
had two good parents, two great parents.
Appreciate it.
And when I say great, meaning they're not perfect, they've done the best they can, but they've been solid. Your siblings been great.
Yeah.
You're the type of cat that creates good relationship with people. But the thing is, what do you feel like you struggle the most with, trying to figure out how to be better? What do you feel like, okay, what do you feel like you struggle with
Can I take
something that
off?
you want
Can I
to?
take off?
No, hold on.
Okay.
I need you to, this is my question. Why would you interrupt my question?
I was because
Why don't you ask yourself the question then? Like, bro, can I ask you the
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm messing with you,
Oh man, you're a
man.
fool, bud. You're a fool. Hey, listen, because you ready to go up. All right, what would never mind, just go, bro.
He said, "Just go."
Just go. I don't even just go.
All right. So one of my biggest struggles, and you and I, we've discussed this multiple times before, is we oftentimes get in our head. And for me, I'm a very in the weeds type of processor. Like I process things very much in the weeds. And
What?
one of
Hold on.
what's that?
Define that before you even go on, bro. 'Cause
The in the weeds part?
yeah, because I don't know if everybody understands that. Because I
Okay.
don't.
So, in technical terms, well, let me put it in layman's terms rather. You have high
Can you
level,
just put it in a regular term? Do I gotta be
the
layman?
layman's terms for everybody. That's
All right,
layman's terms.
all right. Just say
All
for
right.
everybody terms.
So, for everybody terms,
All right,
you
go
got
ahead.
you got the high level, which is break, go, fix, right? In Trump words, right?
All right.
And then in the low level, you got okay, what is the break? What is the go? What is the fix? How
Okay.
does it work? So I'm processing, operating, thinking in the low level, right?
Okay.
And oftentimes when I'm dealing with people in my life, it's at the high level. Everyone's at the high level. And one of my biggest struggles is being able to um, kind of push to the side a feeling of lack of appreciation for my low level processing, right? Because I'm always doing stuff to like the nitty gritty. And when it's delivered, people are like, okay, thanks, bye. And I'm just like, yo, like I just took like 10 hours to do so and so. Like, you don't appreciate. And they're like, look, I just need to make sure this is done. I don't give a shit about any of that extra shit that you're doing. And, this is something that's been a huge struggle for me up until I would say maybe in like my late 30s, where I just really had to,
That's deep,
yeah,
bro.
I just really had to get over the fact that people do not process things the same way. And I can't have that expectancy that people are going to process things that way and being able to just be humbled by that,
You,
like
you,
that's
you,
my biggest struggle.
man, that's deep, bro. Because I guarantee you, there's a high percentage of people, if they're watching, I hope they're watching and they heard this answer, that feel the same way that you feel.
Yeah.
And so there's a certain perspective, certain portion of me that feels that same way because I have that person who's like, I do this. But you got to remember something. Those things are not, well, they're there for people to recognize so you can move up the ladder,
Okay.
but they're there for self gratification. See, those things you have to realize that you do it. Once you can realize that it's your way where you're like, so you got, there's levels, right? So you have the owner, big boss, the corporate. you have the franchisor, you have the manager, you have the
Hmm.
employee, right?
True.
So I'm not going to put you in a category, but I'm going to use this. So don't as think as though I'm putting you in a category. No,
I'm not going to get offended. Don't worry.
no, I'm not. I'm not actually. I'm saying that so you don't think I'm putting you in a category. So
Gotcha.
I'm actually really like not putting you in a category.
Yeah.
So when you have a employee, he does what she has to do what they do every day to accomplish the goal, right?
Yep.
They do it to the highest level in hopes that, you know, one, they feel great about accomplishing the goal, which is what you're saying, but hopes
Hmm.
that the manager will be able to say, acknowledge that they're doing better than the other person, right?
Right.
But not understanding that the manager has to look at from that person to the person who feels what is the word for when they feel like I knew the word you were so
Validated.
validated,
Hmm.
or they feel like they deserve, what's the deserving, they feel like
Recognition.
they well recognize they deserve, like they deserve their self, they deserve, well they're deserving, right? So the
Okay.
manager has to be able to look at those things, right?
Okay.
So you may think you need to be appreciated, but this other person also feels that way. And
Okay.
so you're competing against multiple people from that level, right? Which you don't
Okay.
see because you're looking at what I do.
Hmm.
Then the manager has self issues because they promoted somebody who isn't confident, doesn't feel great about themselves, doesn't do this, right? And yet they're trying to make sure they compensate, right? And then you got the next level, HR, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, what I would encourage you to realize is that everything you do in life is based on your goals, right? Meaning, I would just encourage you, while we're talking, because as we're discussing it, right, is to realize that nobody. A couple things that I realized with what you said that I realized in my life. One is nobody's going to come save the day. When you're
Say it part
going,
again. Say it part again.
nobody is going to come save the day
Okay.
because everyone has their own problems.
Yeah.
Number two is people will support you, but they still have their own problems, right? Number three is this: what is the focus of what you're trying to accomplish? Is it for people to say, great job, Ola?
Mm.
Or is it for people, for you to be say, hey, we're moving you to this level, to the next level in life?
Right.
And if it's for you to be moved to the next level in life, then guess what? Put yourself in a position, not for gratification, but put yourself in a position, education wise, experience wise, to get to that level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
For sure.
Yeah, or group yourself around brothers who value you, or
Okay.
or people in life that value you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
I
that's fair.
actually have a question for you when I come back. Can I ask it now, or do you want to ask a question?
On the comeback because I got one pending
All
right
right,
now.
come on, let's go.
All right. So my question to you is, as a man, how do you handle Taylor and
I don't know Taylor. Who's Taylor?
Taylor is pretty much uh, disseminate, kind
I
of.
got you, bro. I'm just messing with
Okay.
you.
All right. All right. All right. How do you handle emotions, right? As a man, right? How do you handle uh, addressing issues that may trigger your emotions? And just to kind of give a little bit of context to it, oftentimes we get, for example, the angry black man, right? Like anytime that there's a reaction to something, you're the angry black man, right? And so, as a black man, how do you then kind of handle how you respond emotionally or non-emotionally?
Man. Okay. Man, I could go. This is the topic discussion. I could write a book on this. And I'll say that not as though y'all who are listening would read the book, but I could write a book because I got so many perspectives when it comes to this, right? Like not so many in-depth thoughts, right? And so let me break it down. One is when you said it, I realized who I am. You can't whoop me, right? Check it out. The reason we fight back is because, and I found myself fighting back when I did it because I forgot who I was.
Mm.
See, a lot of times,
Man, say that part again, man. Say that part again.
okay. My man. Peace be upon you, bro. Check it out.
For sure.
Sometimes we forget who we are as men. And we feel like, let's say, for example, with a woman, you combat back and forth with a woman. I've done it. I'm like, why am I doing it?
Yeah.
You go back and forth. Maybe you say more, she says less, and you find yourself over verbalizing things that normally you never would.
Yep.
I've done it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why did I do that? Because I forgot who I was. I'm a man. And as a man, men are not combative with beings or people that are not an enemy.
True.
Right?
It's not in our nature. Yeah.
But it's not. A woman is not your enemy. See, I think we forget who is our enemy. Right? Satan is our enemy. So we think that the woman in her emotional moment is our enemy based on her actions because we feel like her volatility is something that's against us. So we feel like we need to attack. We feel like we need to respond to. No.
Yeah.
You just need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You don't need to say nothing. Why
Yeah.
why am I battling a woman who is on her period?
Right.
Who has a period? Who has a period?
Yeah.
Who's emotional by nature?
Right. Right.
And I'm
Right.
fighting her as though she's the enemy. Bro.
Yeah.
And when I do it, you know what I say to myself? You stupid, bro.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like,
You always come
you know
back.
why? Because guess what? We allow the emotions to attach us to make us feel like that. Like we take an offense. Why? Because when we walk in the house, we're emotionally connected. So our emotions get involved. When they respond, our emotions, it's not even that, it's not our personality, it's our emotions respond. You know what I'm saying?
So we're allowing that. We're allowing that. Yeah.
Think about it. It's not our nature.
Right.
It's not our nature. If I come around you and I bump you right now, you might look at me and be like, man, what the hell?
Yeah.
If you walk in your house and your girl starts yelling and screaming at what you do, you flip out. You start acting emotional. You know why? It's because what you're allowing to control you is not her. It's you're allowing your emotions to control you.
Yeah. Nah, that's facts. That's facts.
But do me a favor, because I was going somewhere. Ask your question again if you remember.
So the question was, how do you as a man handle your emotional responses? How do you handle those emotions coming at you, and how do you handle your emotional response?
Perfect, man. Great question, bro. And this is for everybody, man, female or male, everybody. What I've learned is, so I've always been, as you know, in my life, I was one of those guys. I was never afraid to fight. Right? Would you agree?
True. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Been there,
Right?
been there, witness. Yeah, for sure.
I ain't had no problem fighting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What I learned was I never fought because I just wanted to fight. I fought because when I was disrespected, I tried to ease the fire, but the other recipient didn't want to just relax. They felt like they needed to push. And I was the type of person like, okay, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt right now.
Yeah.
Just like anything. But you're pushing me. Now I need to let you know that I am that motherfucker that will hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I thought, right? That's how I thought. What I've learned now, though, as a man, is I have so much more to live for.
Okay.
I have as we've spoken, right? I have a 5.5-year-old daughter. I have 2 older kids, actually. I have 3 children, generally.
Okay.
I have a young lady that I rock with, you know what I'm saying, that I enjoy being with. You know what I'm saying? I have people around me that I care about, that I really enjoy being around. I have my man Ola with this podcast, who helps me big ups, baby, who helps me, who doesn't look down on me, but continues to build me to another person, and we recognize. And when I go through things, what I think about, homie, is this. I'm gonna reflect back. Ready?
Okay.
If my daughter was to date someone like me at this point in her life, would I be okay with it?
Would you be proud? Yeah.
Now we agree on this word, proud.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I agree with you. Would I be proud of who that man was?
True.
So I continue, no matter what I go through, is to be the man that I would want anyone to be around me to be proud of.
Yeah.
Bro, I could hurt somebody. I could do some things. I've done it in my life, and
True.
I've been held accountable. But it never got me nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
So I realized the violence never gets you anywhere. The
True.
negativity never gets you anywhere. The outlashing of to that person never gets you anywhere.
Big facts.
And that, because you got to realize when you do it, is that person receiving anything positive from you?
Nope, man. That's hey, you spitting big facts right there,
Right,
man.
right.
That's
And they're
so
not,
true.
bro, all they're looking at you as they're looking at you as an attacker. And what is your
Yep.
kids doing? They're looking at you as an attacker.
Yep.
Even though they see their mom or their father, whoever your relationship is, and
Yeah.
they see you as the attacker, right?
Yeah.
So check it out. When I want my daughter to look at me like her mom could be screaming in my face, bro. I've been around her mom and she's done dramatic things. Had my daughter in her arms cussing me out. And guess what I look at her and do? Are you done?
Mm.
See,
Now,
go ahead.
now I want you to kind of explain that a little bit because not only myself, but even men that I've spoken to in the world, they struggle with being able to get to that point of cool and calmness amongst someone that's pressing your buttons. How would you say a man should handle someone who's trying to press your buttons and you being able to keep your cool?
Check it out. When you say pressure buttons, let's break this down because I think what happens is we have grown boys and men bodies, and I think what grown boys and men bodies need to do is they need to either accept the fact that they're a boy or they're a man.
Yeah.
They need to decide, right? And it doesn't. What I'm saying, it does not belittling you. It's not me saying less of you. It's that we haven't made a decision.
True.
We haven't made a decision to be a boy or to be a man, right?
Yeah.
So pushing your buttons, break that down to me. When you say pushing a button, when they're pushing your buttons, what does that mean?
So I'm gonna try not to get too in the weeds too as well. But when I was younger, right? I've always, well, I won't say just as I was younger, but growing up and to being a man, I've always had the demeanor of being reserved, chill, kind of cool, calm, collected. Nothing really bothers me. And so what I've always perception,
Go
right?
ahead.
And so the response of some has been, oh, he's never getting upset. He never gets mad. And so I believe that there was like a quest to see what would make me tick, right? And so when
Or did they buy into your false perception?
possibly, but I wouldn't say it's false.
Right?
What's that? Yeah, obviously.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't things. So when you said it, hold on, I'm not breaking you down. I'm not
Yeah.
dissecting you.
True,
What I'm
true.
saying is, you just said it that nothing bothered you.
Right.
There's something that bothers everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
So they perceived, but now you're saying that you felt the need to try to see. But okay, you see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah. So as far as the press the button, that is the button. What is it that makes this person tick? And once I know what it is that makes this person tick, let me tap that button. So that's what I mean by pressing somebody's buttons. But
Okay.
I like where you were going, so definitely go in because you asked me, what I mean by pressing the buttons.
Yeah. So what do you want? Because think about it. Let's say, okay, all right. Let's all right. So you're with this woman, right?
Yeah.
You got 3 kids. So you got this woman, right? Not. We're not going to use that one. We're just saying another woman, okay?
Okay.
I don't want anyone that's listening to feel like we're attacking them specifically. So let's just say you have another woman in your life, right? Another situation.
Okay.
And hey, my dog is literally knocked out. That joke, bro. This joke is sleeping like, bro.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Hey, listen, I got a dog. Just so y'all know, I've had him for like a week, and I love this little joke. I never had a dog in my life, but I'm so glad I have a dog now. But anyway, all right. So think about it, bro. How much do you weigh?
I'm right at 200 pounds,
200 pounds. How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay, you're 5'7", 200 pounds. You have a 5'4", 5'5" woman who's 120 pounds, 80 pounds lighter.
120.
120, 140. Let's say 140.
Okay. Okay.
She's 60 pounds lighter.
Okay.
That's a lot. Would you agree?
That's a lot. That's a whole lot.
What could she honestly do to push your buttons?
Mentally or physically? What are you referencing?
Okay. How is someone able to push your buttons that weighs less than you and of the opposite sex? How can she?
Weakness.
What do you mean weakness?
Weakness. I believe that if and now unless we're talking about physical, I mean anyone could pick up an object and strike you. So we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about
Right.
physical.
So we're talking about mental. So mentally, I think in order for someone to be able to push your buttons, you would have to have a weakness within you that allows someone to press something within you and make you react to that person. I think that's a
Are you when
weakness.
someone's weak, a person that's 60 pounds lighter can push them over the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is that possible? You know how that's possible?
Huh.
Because that person in this hypothetical, and I couldn't, doesn't mean I'm not a doctor, so I'm only giving what I experienced or thought,
Yeah.
is less confident of who they are because they don't know who they are. So when you know who you are, a person that is 60 pounds lighter or 60 pounds heavier could never push you in a way that you're not willing to go. Or
Okay.
comfortable go, right? Does that
I,
make sense?
I can see that stance. I can also see the stance of weakness in the sense of not being strong enough to deter certain energies from entering your space. Because I believe in your whole space and like energies and everything. And so I believe that if you allow certain energies to enter your space, that is a bit of weakness in that they're able to penetrate you and then make you respond to something. Well, they don't make you, but you allow someone to,
Okay,
you
so
know,
check it out.
yeah.
Whose energy is stronger, yours or theirs? And I'm not talking about you, so just think about it. It's not personal.
Just in general.
Whose energy is stronger, theirs or yours?
Or mine. Yeah.
So why is their weakening your strength?
That's what I mean. Yeah, you're right. In the event, so your question was, what would how
No,
basically how would
my
someone
question
press
is
your
this.
buttons?
Think about it, think about it,
Okay.
think about it, right? Think about
Okay.
it. If your strength, if you said your energy is stronger, doesn't like I want you not to answer because I want you to think about it, right? And
Yeah.
anybody that's listening, I want to think about it. If you have two energies, me and this person,
Mm-hmm.
if you know your energy is stronger and they come into your force, they butt up against you,
Yeah.
whose energy wins? Yours or theirs?
There's.
Hmm?
Wait, I'm sorry. I thought you said that.
No. Listen. It's a hypothetical question. I'm not asking you to
Okay.
answer. Whoever's force is stronger will win. Whoever's energy, whoever's spirit is stronger will win.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
If theirs comes with aggression, but yours comes with peace, it does
Mm-hmm.
not mean the aggression will win. It just depends on whose strength is stronger,
Absolutely.
yours or theirs.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
No, we agree.
I think we should move on.
Yeah. All right. So I think it's on you.
It's on me. All right. So
Yeah.
I got a question for you, man. It honestly goes back to what you were saying about when you were saying about, you being in position, affirmation and stuff, right?
Okay.
What do you feel like you have learned in embracing a relationship with me on a business and personal, more in-depth personal level?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you feel like you've given me that you feel like you've seen help me evolve in our relationship? Because we've known each other since we were 12,
Right. Right.
right? It's been 30
Yeah.
years. We know each other a long time.
True indeed.
So, what do you feel like you think that I've gained from you in this time period of year and a half that we've been, working on other things?
Okay.
But what do you feel like has really helped you, if anything? Maybe nothing. Maybe I've never given you anything. But what do you feel like has really? And I want to know why. So when people understand the value of relationship, they can understand the pros and the cons of
Yeah.
that relationship, right?
Yeah. So I always believe, and I'm generalizing, but also centralizing this to, you and I. I always believe that in a relationship, there's something that you don't have that someone else has that you gravitate to, and that person also has something that they don't have that you have that they gravitate to. And I believe that those two energies kind of collide and make it work. And that point alone, as simple as it may sound, is a huge struggle point for a lot of people because a lot of times people either have insecurities, they have egos, and they don't allow those two relationships to come together. We know we've been together. I say, let me pause. We've known each other for a long time, and we've been aware of other relationships that just didn't work, right? They always bump heads, right? For you and I believe that you've always been a lot more expressive, you've been a lot more outgoing, and I'm not saying that I'm not, but I'm able to take that and apply certain aspects of that into my nature and allow me to be a little bit more expressive on certain things, allow me to go out there and seek certain opportunities and aspects that I probably would have never done before. Um, and vice versa, I believe for you, you're a lot more energized on certain things, not just energized like sporadically and recklessly, but definitely more energized. And me, I'm a little bit more cool, calm, collected. And I believe that me bringing that energy to you, you're able to gravitate to that as well and say, okay, although I have 20,000 thoughts going at the same time, I could rock with Ola and kind of cool it down and centralize things so that we can actually benefit both together to accomplish said goal. And so I just think that everything just kind of works like that whole, I don't know if yin and yang would be the applicable one, but I think that's what it is.
And the reason I wanted to share, I wanted you to ask that. It was not to praise me or praise you. It was to show the beauty of relationships amongst.
True.
See, I think men don't always understand. I think there are men who understand. I think the value of realizing as a man that you can't always be with your significant other or your kids. You need to be around good, positive men or be around relationships with men to help you mold and shape you in your character, right? I think.
And I got one more thing to add to that.
Right.
There's an additional aspect, and especially as men, and something that you said that kind of made me think about it, is that as men, we often have that bravado, alpha, I'm the top dog aspect, and that oftentimes breaks that relationship up. It makes that relationship difficult to actually maintain. And again, I'm not tooting our own horn on this one, but I am in a way because we ain't got that shit. We're not about, hey, look, I got to be the top dog. I'm Ola, I got to shine on Iz, and you're not like, I'm Iz, I got to shine on Ola. It's like we don't make room for that, and oftentimes that is a difficult thing, but it's very possible amongst
Yeah.
men. It's
Yeah,
definitely possible amongst men.
yeah, no, definitely. And just I'm gonna say this, even though it's nobody's business, but I'm the one that came to Ola about this podcast, right? Like,
True.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't his idea. He didn't, maybe he thought about it, but it was my idea. But I didn't come and
Yeah.
say, oh, no, it's mine. I'm going to be is and not Ola. No, it was about me not, I didn't want the intention to be on me because it's not about me. I wanted to be something that my man could be able to be a part of, but know that I wasn't, how they say,
Kind of shine on them.
no, but they call it. I wasn't sunning them. I wasn't sunning.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I
Yeah.
wasn't sunning my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I wasn't. But it was a mutual agreement because I felt like we were a perfect pair, like a perfect relationship, a perfect couple in this podcast life. You know what I'm
True.
saying? And not
Yeah.
only podcast life, but business ventures and whatever we do from here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And honestly, O-line is just is man, we about to change the game, man. Y'all just keep
Absolutely.
don't
Absolutely.
hate. A year and a half, and here we are, baby. All right, what's your
Yeah.
question?
Was it on me? It was on me?
Yeah, it's on you. I'm gonna you ask one. I'm gonna ask one more, and I think we're gonna close, big dog, because I think we
Sure.
right by the hour, our hour now because of the earlier videos.
Yeah.
So I think you ask a question. I'm gonna close out question or a comment, and we just go from there.
Okay. All right. So this is my final question, right?
Yeah. Final
All
question.
right. So as a man, is what are you proud of in being a man?
Mm.
Shouldn't be taking this long, man. What's going on over there, man?
You know, bro, that's a question that I gotta honestly say that I'm not thinking about,
Okay.
but I'm honestly like appreciating right now.
Okay.
All right. What's the most thing? What is the thing that I'm most proud about being a man?
Absolutely.
Is that I don't need. I'm a couple things. A couple things. Ready?
Yeah.
I don't need anything. I don't have to have anything. But my lady in her life is good. My kids are good. Her kids are good. My homies are good. I'm able to provide opportunities for my homies. I'm not a quitter. I don't give up. I already said it, but it's not about me. Then I'm a fucking winner, bro.
Big ups.
And as men, see, the thing is, and they're nothing against women. The issue with most women is who are successful, they want to be recognized. They want you to know they did it. I don't need to know that that I'm a winner. I don't need to know that I'm accomplished, bro. I don't need anyone to pat me on my back, dog, or tell me I'm great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And being a man, that comes with it, right?
Okay.
Knowing that I can sustain, bro. Listen, bro. I spent 13 years in prison, homie. I was physically beat up by my father before I could even. Man, that joke used to whoop, bro. That joke used to punch me. Man, my father killed my mom when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I graduated high school, big dog. Like, I had one of the best records ever in track and field in my middle school, big dog. Like, I went to the military. I've been in movies. I've been in plays. I've wrote scripts. I wrote books. I wrote children's books. There's no limitation to what I'm able to do. You know why? Because I emotionally don't connect with trying to prove to the people of who I am. I just continue to look at my situation and continue to win and be a better version of myself. I have a daughter's mother who I am the best father for their child, right? I do
Yeah.
everything for my daughter who's trying to put me on. What's the question? What did I tell you? Ola is supervised
Yeah.
visitation.
Visitation.
I get my
Yeah.
daughter I take her to school every morning. I take her to school every morning, and she's trying
Yeah.
to get me on supervised visitation. You know why? Because she wants to take my daughter. And I say all these things, bro. As a man, what is the one thing that I be a man is? You can't break me, bro. You can't break me. You can't hurt me. There's not a man in this world that I fear. I only fear God Himself. And as a man, big dog, I gotta be honest with you. There's no limitations what I'm able to do. And as a man, I embrace the fact that there is no limitations to what I'm capable of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, if my baby don't want to be with me, guess what? She can get the fuck on, because guess what? I'm gonna be okay.
True indeed.
Because I know what I bring to the table, and I know that. Right? But I know, and she appreciates, my homies appreciates, My family appreciate, the loved ones appreciate, my kids appreciate, everyone else around me appreciate. You know why? It's because they see the value. And because I'm not a quitter, big dog. I don't quit.
Big
So
ups, man. Phenomenal answer.
yeah, you got. Look. I'm at it, bro. Listen, bro. Like.
That was my alley oop to you. So you slam dunk it. You
My
slam
man,
dunk
yo,
it.
like you know what I'm saying. This is what I do, bro. This is why we started the podcast, bro. Because we need men need to know that we're not alone in this battle, bro.
For sure.
Amen. We're not alone in this struggle, this battle, and it's okay. It's okay to have your voice. It's okay to have your opinions, but don't let nobody dictate who you were meant to be. You
For
do
sure.
not quit. You do not, bro. Do not allow doubt to dictate who you become. Embrace yourself around brothers who are going to make you be better and push you, which is something me and Ola talk about all the time. When Ola give me that little, I'd be like, Ola, just say what's on your mind, Ola. Right, Ola?
I be dancing around a little bit. You were like, man, just get to the point, man.
Because I'm gonna be off the chain. I'm gonna be all over the place.
For sure.
Kids, sit your ass down. Okay, all right, Ola. All right. My last question for you, man, is this.
All right.
What are you most proud of? Not, and don't look at the things or the people who have maybe not made you happy or made your life easy.
Yeah.
Just look at the positive for a moment, because I think sometimes we look at the negative. Let's look at the positive for a minute. What are you the most happy about?
I would say that I'm most happy about the blessings that I have from the people around me that not just recognize the things that I do, but truly embrace and are. And I think appreciative is not even a word that really would apply to this, but truly love me for being who I am and really embrace that. I once had a neighbor at my last spot, and she was just, a neighbor. I mean, help out neighbors or what have you. And, she lived by herself. She's a single mom. And so, whenever it was like snowing or whatever, I go help her out. Whenever it's like, she had electrical issues in her garage, I would come and help. And one day she was just like, she's like, you are just truly a blessing. I just so appreciate you. And I mean, what I did for her was so small, but sometimes those messages that you receive from people that really appreciate you to your core, it really makes you feel proud that you're able to do that for somebody. So that's like my greatest appreciation and proud moment, is being able to impact other people's lives, to say that I'm able to, amongst all the things that I take care of, actually make an impact in someone's life who can really appreciate the things that I do for them. It just really makes me appreciate myself. It builds confidence. It gives me a level of confidence to know that I can do a lot. I can be everything. I can be all over the place.
So check it out. Let me give you something. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna give you something. I want you to really meditate on this. Why do you think that I'm in your life?
You?
Yeah, me personally.
You're an angel. I'm not. I don't believe in it. And here's where I go. It sounded joking. It sounded jokingly, but listen, hear me out, right? I don't know if I shared this with you before, but I've been approached by many people in my life as far as business opportunities, different things to do, different ventures, so on and so on. And I've always pushed it to the side. I've always been like, I don't know. And we're talking about well-established people that are like, yo, I got bread. Like we can make this happen. And it never really stuck, right? It never just felt comfortable. That never really happened between you and I in our relationship at any point. And in any of the trials and tribulations that have taken place, I've never felt like, damn, like I don't know about this. I don't know if I should step out. Like, of course, I've been cautious in the things that I've done, but it has never been a thing of this is not the person that I'm trying to go down this path with. I've always felt a level of ease next to my brother, my blood brother, in doing
Big
things
ups
with
to the
you.
big homie. Love
Yeah,
him.
for sure, big ups. And
Yeah.
so, when you ask me why are you in my life, you're supposed to be like
Mm.
you're supposed to be, and that linkage is not only felt between you and I. My family feels it. I mean, through whatever I mean, folks ride for you hard, like all the time,
Man,
and
you know
so
what's crazy? You know what's crazy? And because I'm going somewhere, I ask you that question because I want people to hear this stuff.
yeah,
Is bro, I gotta tell you, bro, your family love me more than anybody, homie. Damn near more than any of my family. And it's crazy because like I'm a wild boy, but I'm
man,
not wild. I'm just true.
yeah,
I'm
and
just
I
like,
got yeah. I
I'm
got images
authentic.
in my head where the fan was like, it didn't matter what we was going through, what you was going through. They was just like, all right, like I'm still here for it, and it kind of made me look like, damn, like you sure? Like,
Hey,
are you
wait,
sure? Do you know what took place? And then, yeah,
yo,
like I'm
yo,
just
and for y'all, listen, that's crazy on this podcast. Look, I hope people watch this, bro. I really do. Like, yo, the fam,
never
you know why? Because they know the genuineness of my heart.
for
And
sure.
the fam never once ever, bro. My own family, everyone else around me said anything, but the family never say any that I know of, right?
Yeah,
it,
nah,
it,
it's
it was always love. Like they were like, "Hey, when you coming? When you coming?"
when you
Like
coming
they be
through
like,
at any time, all
"Come
time.
on!" And I'm saying, when I asked you why am I in your life, I want to tell you something, homie. Is you just said it earlier? You said that no, you're. That, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the
Yeah,
exact words right this moment, but it was like that nobody recognized things about you, like your work, right?
yeah,
The reason I'm in your life is because I recognize.
for sure.
See, we have to, and as people, as men, we have to stop trying to get the people that don't matter to recognize, but
Hmm.
the people that matter recognize. Right?
I
You're the
agree.
first person I thought about doing a podcast with. Why? Why? And I'm gonna tell you right now. We said it a bunch of times
Yeah.
because you're the opposite of me, but you
Hmm.
are me. Right? We're the opposite of each other, and we don't think the same way. But the reality is, men think the same way, which is why
True.
you and I agree on a lot of things, but we don't agree on everything.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Right?
fact.
We don't agree on
Yeah,
it. But men think the same way because men think a certain way, right?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And we build each other, right? So at the end of the day, that's what it was. I knew you're the first person I thought about. I didn't want somebody like me. I wanted
yeah.
somebody that was the opposite of me, that didn't agree with me, but yet we agree with each other. Why?
Nah.
But we only agree on men stuff. We don't agree on everything, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. We definitely don't agree on everything.
No. Man, bro, and I would even we would be the old line is. We'd be like, yo, discontinue the old line is. You know what I'm saying? It's so, but it's about relationship, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you, men out there, is connect with the right men, not based on like bro. You know what I love about it is we're having a topic now, which is the O line is perspective. This is how we started,
Yep.
right? This
That's
is
how we
how
started.
right. You agree, right? This is how the
Absolutely.
O line is perspective. We didn't agree on talking about different events and stuff, which we have because it's important. For y'all that don't like some of the stuff we say, who cares? But what I think if you watch this entire video, you can relate the fact that it takes a relationship with the same sex to help create a better version of yourself.
Mm.
Not men, not people who just tell you anything, but people who make you better. Because honestly, my brother has made me better. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise. Likewise.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to let's close, man. Give me. Look, I'm gonna close right now. You close
Okay.
us out, okay?
All right.
Listen, I just want to tell you, fellas, man, that there is no limitation to your capability. Whatever you want to be in life, become it. Go through your emotions, go through your heartache, go through your pain, but I need you to do two things for me. One, stop fucking crying, because no one will come to save you. Reach out to somebody that you know who is going to tell you the truth, that's going to push you to become a better version of yourself, right? That's number one. And number two is stop thinking you're the only person going through what you're going through, because you're not. Stop
Facts.
watching social media thinking that social media is going to give you the answers, because all they're going to do is manipulate you and motivate you. And because you guess what? Unless you've had a conversation or multiple interaction with that person that you're watching on social media to help
Yeah.
you become better, you're going to be advocated by falsity, right? You're not going to be advocated by positivity. You're going to be manipulated by the little clips.
True. True.
Great, embrace, and there's no limitation. And do not quit, man. Grow the fuck up and become a man, and stop crying and embrace brothers and be willing to embrace brothers
Yeah.
who are not going to let you be okay with crying and whining.
Absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
man, let's go.
Hey, so all I got, hey, we covered a lot of topics tonight. A lot of topics that they were, like I said, we always give it off the top. This is not rehearsed. We didn't take any notes. This was just strictly off the top, and I hope that it hit home for a lot of y'all. I hope that it hit home for some of the women out there, just so you can get a little bit of insight into how men think, you know? And so, you know, this is a great topic for me. I know it's a great topic for you. We keep it as organic as possible. Men, reach out to your brothers, kill the ego, sit down and talk with people, let go of, you know, all of these inhibitions and just talk about things. And you'll realize that it'll allow you to embrace who you are and grow that confidence within yourself, and eventually become the man who you need to be. So that's all I got, man. Peace and love.
Hey, man, peace and love. Hola,
Is.
my man.
All right.
Peace, love.
Peace.